That's it, isn't it? Good evening, Sparky viewers and Sparky vans. Fans! I'm drinking already. Good evening, Sparky viewers and fans, and to Sparky haters, I like you even more, as you already know. I love you, if that's even possible. Which, of course, it is. Well, here we are, Rhymes Against Humanity, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Young lady's already drawn a poem from the hat over there about half an hour ago, and I'm going to perform it for you. But prior to that, I'm just going to give you a little memo. That is to YouTube, MC Sparky the Dangerous Poet. Like, share and subscribe. A little back reference to our recent one. Everyone's an expert these days. And also, I'm falling down a hole. And another one, WTF, what the flipping heck. Facebook, Sparky's Flying Circus, Sparky's Spontaneous Showcase, and Spotlight Jam. Right, we've got that out of the way. The one I'm doing tonight is actually an internationally famous poem. I'm surprised it hasn't already come out in the last few weeks. But and I'm surprised I've not had a drinking poem yet. But I have. You've got a famous one. Last Orders, Rip in the Fabric of Time. Written back in the 90s. What's it about? Well, it's about drinking. And the old licensing hours down the local pubs, 10 to 11, they'd ring the bell and, oh, I'd be very sloshed, drinking, lots of vodka and lime, and back then still Guinness. And I'd travel to strange places in my mind, just that last 10 minutes, you know, lining up and getting ready to go home. And I'd go through all sorts of thoughts, and it'd be like like the band in the old radios, flicking between stations, not quite fixing in any, and I'd just travelling off basically in a land of gaga and fantasy. And that was when I slipped through the rip in the fabric of time. Last Orders. Very famous poem indeed. Can you see that, lady?
Yep.
Yep. T-shirts. I haven't pushed my merchandise yet. See? And there's actually a book, Last Orders. And then it's a poem. If I don't remember this, it's time to take the pills. So I've only done it about 10,000 times in my life. But I'm going to do it. Here you go. Oh, and this is Stanley the Labradoodle, in case you haven't noticed him before. This is Guinness. This is said Labradoodle, Guinness. Good boy. There you go. Drink that whilst I perform. Last Orders, Ripping the Fabric of Time. I was sitting at the bar with my vodka lime when I slipped through the rip in the fabric of time. I was carried on a zephyr to the strangest ports. In the canyons of my mind I found the weirdest thoughts. The sun sank in the east, and I rose in the west, and the beast was unleashed in the minds of the obsessed. The Michelin man went mental as he smiled at me. He said, "Sparky, my old son, you're a visionary." I said, "Listen, you fat bastard, I've gone radio rental. I'm a Time Lord, and I'm plastered, and my vision's accidental." He said, "I may be made of rubber, but you listen to me. All of life is detrimental, accidental, visionary. They'll fight you all your life to keep you down in the grime, but you slip through the rip in the fabric of time." And I was sitting at the bar with my head southwest, had a brew with the crew of the Mary Celeste. The skipper winked at me and gave me a medallion for solving the mystery to the fate of Iscarion. He said, "Arr, arr, Sparky, me old hearty, stick this one in your rhyme. My ship slipped through the rip in the fabric of time." Jim Morrison looks morbid, floating by on cloud 9 to the Sandringham Guard. Bang! Fighting hard, leave front line. I find great sense of loss. These men kill their prime, but I slipped through the rip in the fabric of time. And I was thinking Mick Jagger's under cover of the night when the smush and smoke awoke me to a blinding light. There were atom bomb testing on the island of Newcombe. Whenever my cupboard, I discovered Lord Lucan. He said, "Please don't spill the beans. I've committed no crime. I just slipped through the rip in the fabric of time." There was How Could Elsie when I thumped Freddy Krueger. Joe Collins was his escort. Or champagne and beluga. Darling. And Fleet Street was bought by this guy, Joseph Goebbels, who, like Richard Gere, and looked after his gerbils, who ran to the hills, the east face of the Eiger, in a mountaineering race with Tony the Tiger. Sir Edmund Hillary, who's out for the climb. Well, I'll put him aside for 8 vodka and lime. Guinness, poetic license, vodka and lime. And I fell right from the summit when the bell it did chime. My last sip through the rip in the fabric of time. Last orders at the bar. You are the weakest link. Diddy. Well, there you go. A world famous poem for you guys. Now this one, you check on YouTube, there's half a dozen versions of it. Out in fields, street performance, down the clubs, these things, some of them and some others. You've got it in your lounges this time. So hope you enjoy, so spread the word on that, keep the faith. Now I must say hello to my old mate, Mr. Gary Aldridge. Gary, we'll catch up soon, you mad bastard. And to Kate, and hello to Sue. Anyone else, Lainey?
So we got Nicola, Chrissy and Emily.
Hello, Nicola, Chrissy and Emily. Yes, you like the chicken, I know. You don't like performance poetry, you like performance poultry. So especially for you, Chrissy.
We got Lord James Lee Hall.
Lord James Lee Hall, my greatest fan, and Kerry.
He says that's the best one yet.
Oh, is that possible?
Steve from down the coast, from the co-op.
Steve, Co-op, East Wittering, we'll be there.
And last but not... Oh no, we've got Isabella, of course, as well.
Isabella will also be down there, West Sussex.
Joshua, Kevin Hall.
Joshua, Kevin Hall.
And Oscar.
Oscar, you lazy bastard, get a job. Oh, you have, you're putting me on YouTube. Good lad, make it a good one. Make it count. I'm coming for you. I'm going to break through your screens. I'm having you. Cheers.